Hello, I'm Cassie B, and this is the Whatever It Takes podcast. It is December 2nd, so that's the second podcast of I think there's 31 days in December. I think. Don't hate me if I'm wrong. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to do a podcast every day because I just have a little more time in my day now. Well, after today, tomorrow I'm going to take my exam, and after my exam, I should have more time. Right now, I am studying mostly math to end off my studying. So it's mostly business math and math that you'll have to use in a pharmacy. And yeah, so that's just what I'm gonna do the rest of this day and really try to make sure I have it down. Because I don't think it's the most difficult, but it can be hard if you have anxiety learning, or you're not very good at math, or it's not your favorite thing. I like math, but I'm trying to really get over some complications I've had with math in the past and when I was young. So, yeah, I'm almost done. My exam's gonna be so soon. And I'm really excited for that because I've worked really hard. And I'm excited to be doing this podcast. I want to take some of my time during this holiday season and really learn more about how to do this better and being able to really, pick up some skills and learn how to do some things on my computer that could make this more visually appealing. And I want to work on, making like thumbnails and things. I think that would be very cool. They'd be very simple because most of the things I do are quite simple, and I'm okay with that. I've really enjoyed what I've had so far, even if it's not, the grandest thing. I really like it, and it's easy, but I want to try to incorporate kind of like a theme and kind of use some of my photos to do that. Yeah, and learn how to do that. So that would be very good. Yeah, I have quite a few goals for the holiday season and for next year. And one of those goals for the holiday season is I have this jar I made a few years ago. And it's a jar with all these like gift tags in it, but they all have like not a saying, but they all have like, you pick one and you're like, oh, I'll do this that day I picked it. Or it will have things like, I'll read you this one, because I think I'm going to talk about some of the books I like. So this tag says, name a book that changed your life. Explain why. And yeah, I'm going to do that because I thought that would be fun. I've had this jar for a long time with all these different little activities or things in it, but I've never done any of them. So I really wanted to start getting in the holidays. What is it? Holiday. I guess the holiday mood. Holiday feelings. Yeah. Holiday spirit. That's what I was thinking of. So, I'm going to do some of those things. I guess I'll start with name a book that's changed your life. Explain why. Go. And I have 2 books here that I really enjoy. And I will tell you about them in a second. I think it's kind of funny. To me, it always seems like there's 2 groups. There's people who really love reading, and that's like all they do. Or there's people who don't like reading, or people who kind of like reading. But if you don't read all the time, it's hard to find time to do it. If it's like your main activity, you're going to do it all the time and you're going to love it. But if you like reading, but you can't find the time for it, you know, you're not going to do it. You're still going to like it. And that's kind of where I fall. I like reading a lot, but I never have time for it because it's something that really takes your full attention. You know, you can't read a book and do a craft. You can't. If it's like an audio book, I guess, but I've never really been into audio books. You know, it's sometimes hard to. I'm sure if I listen to one through, I would like it, but it's just hard to kind of make that a habit. So I read not very often, but I do love to read. I try to, you know, make time for it, but there's not a lot of time for it. And I guess sometimes it's hard if you get distracted. And you end up reading a book, liking it, but stopping it halfway through. That's sometimes can really cause you to feel unmotivated in reading if it happens a lot. But the books that I think changed my life, you know, one of them I haven't even finished. You know, it was just something that kind of, you know, resonated with me in a way. So I'll tell you about the book I've finished first. The book that changed my life is a book called One Letter at a Time by Dick and Rick Holt. And they were a father and son team that would run all these races. They did like the Boston Marathon, and they do like all these extremely hard races and things like that. And yeah, they do like Ironmans and stuff, which are very difficult, which has like even like swimming components and running and doing all this stuff. But what's really wonderful and motivating about this book is Dick's son, Rick. He was born unable to really, you know, do much for himself, you know, in the way of like walking, and he couldn't walk, and he needed a wheelchair, and he couldn't talk, you know, he couldn't communicate in words until he was built a like computer where he could communicate with his eyes and how he moved his eyes. And I don't know, just the story is so wonderful in a way that is, I don't know, before I read this book, even after I read it, I just didn't believe that anything was like possible. I didn't believe that, you know, I guess, yeah. If you have determination, you can reach your goal. This book is so encouraging in that way. You know, just seeing how Rick's father, Dick, went so far for him. Yeah, his son said, when I'm running with you, his father would push him in the wheelchair for the races. He said, I don't feel like I have a disability anymore. I don't feel like there's something wrong with me. And that's so great. And it was just throughout the book, they kept saying, you know, you're like, yes, I can. Yes, I can. And they never stopped and they continued. It must have been, I read this book at a time where I didn't have any energy and I didn't have any, you know, I didn't have very much will to live in my life. And it was hard, and every day I'd have to choose, am I gonna get up and am I going to do what's good for me? Because I was never taught that. I was never taught that, you know, when you have a problem, you need to do things to fix it. You know, my problems would just build up and continue to build up without me doing the things that help me. Like now I know that, oh, you know, if I can't get up, if my back hurts, if I can't sleep, there's things I can do. If I feel terrible, there's things I can do that will help in the future, like doing yoga and journaling and doing all these things that get the bad things off your mind, get the stress you feel off your mind and make you able to do more. And I think when you just implement this stuff into your life, I don't know, it kind of builds you up. It keeps building up more that you're able to do and succeed. I never used to think everything was possible. I used to not think anything, you know, anything on the big scale of things was possible, especially not for me. I know in life that it's gonna take more than one person to really make an everlasting change. But you can do small things to start to be the change you want to see in the world. You know, it starts with you. You know, you can't live somebody else's life. You can't have what they have, and you never will, and that's fine. I think it's about finding the peace in your own life when you're trying to, we all do it, we all sometimes lose ourselves in somebody else's life. We subconsciously go, wow, I would like that. And just kind of learning to look away from that, and when we see that, go, wow, you know, the only thing I have to focus on is me. The only thing I have to, you know, worry about is my life. That's their life, and that's totally fine. And you start to enjoy your life more, and you start to see, you know, see what they're doing more as like motivation or inspiration of it than something that you can never obtain. Yeah, so I really, really like this book, One Letter at a Time, because I don't know, it made me, I didn't think it would stick around with me so long. But some of the, I don't know, it was very touching, and it was very motivating. Because once you read a book like that, or a book that inspires you, you start to kind of carry around the message in your own life. And I don't know, subconsciously, I guess, you start seeing how the message isn't just like, some sort of like glorification of the world. It can be truth. It can be true that if you don't give up, if you continue to, work hard and know that it's not going to be all at once, you can, say anything's possible. Anything's possible with hard work and a lot of time. So that's one of the books I really like. Yeah. And then the other book, which I haven't finished yet, but I want to read over. I was like halfway through, and I want to read it over maybe the holiday season. I'm not quite sure if I will or not. But it's a book called Peace is Every Step. And yeah, I don't remember too much of this book, but I remember that just kind of like the change it made in my life. I read it. I didn't know, before this year, I didn't know much about like mindfulness and yoga and peace of mind and like living every day as its own day. I didn't know very much about that, and I can't say I know a great amount now, but I think my mind was open to it. In this book, I guess I can't tell you too much in detail, but I guess the person in this book, it's not a storybook, it's more of like, kind of like a self-help book. And they kind of live life for every moment, and they live life kind of in a way where they're really in the moment. They're really like, they see things as a chance to relax and breathe, and like, washing the dishes doesn't have to be a painful task. These things we don't like to do, like chores and stuff, they don't have to be, as hard as we make them. They can be a chance to slow down and breathe, and really to, just to find our balance. And that can be very hard. It's not something that I knew about before I saw this book this year. And it's just really, really, really like a book that reminds you, like when you hear a bell, that's a moment you should take and meditate and breathe on that. And that's the beginning of your own chance to find some peace in your life, to remind yourself that we need peace in our lives, and to continue to search for that. Every day is a new chance to be able to breathe and smile and think less and nourish ourselves. And sometimes I really think that life pushes us in a way that makes us feel like we can't take a break. You know, it has to do with a lot of that, with that comparison. You know, that person's not taking a break. I can't take a break. If I want what they have, I can't stop. You know, I'm not getting anything done, but I can't take a break, you know. And really, yeah, trying to go against that. I think you find a lot more joy from saying, maybe this isn't right, than from pushing yourself in a direction where there really is no direction. You don't know what you want. You just want what they have, and you don't know how to get it at all. So, yeah. So I just want to calm down and be able to look at things from where I'm at. Because you can't, with hard work, someday you might be in the position you want to be in. But you need to live every day in the day you are in to really enjoy it. You can't just will yourself to be in the position you want to be. So that was the book, Peace is Every Step. And I really like it, and I hope to finish it soon. That'll be good. Yeah, so that was fun. Yeah, I'm going to try to do more of these little tags, and, you know, I think they're fun. Whenever I am trying to study, or I am in a place where I want to feel relaxed, or in a place where I want to feel like, oh, you know, I want to get something done, I will light a candle, and that will kind of, somebody once told me, or I heard it somewhere, that, you know, that kind of, if you light a candle every time you're studying, or every time you want to, you know, you're at your desk, then that will kind of signal to your mind that it's time to work. And yeah, I feel like it does work. But also, I just really like a candle with a very nice scent. I don't know if I really enjoy very, like, fruity scents, but I really like neutral candles and neutral scents, and just really great. Something I did today is I had a Zoom call with some people that I know for this little group, and, you know, we had a question, and the question was, what's your favorite Christmas music, or what's a song or a carol that you like to sing at Christmas that gets you into the Christmas spirit? And now I have 2 whole pages I've written out when they were talking. I wanted to write them down because I really want to get in the holiday mood. And yeah, I'll be listening to them. For that question, I said I really like Last Christmas by Wham. And that's kind of, yeah, I don't know. I like that song. I've always liked it. But it's also kind of like a sad, funny story. My father used to say, once I was just singing that song near Christmas, and I don't know why, he just said, I think it's the funniest thing now, but he said, Your mother doesn't love me anymore. Why doesn't your mother love me? Why? And, that's not an appropriate way to talk to your child, but, it was my life. And, yeah, I can look back on it now and kind of tell it as a funny story. And that's why I think of it a lot. And yeah, I had a lot of problems with my family growing up, and I still do. Yeah, but I'm super excited for this. And I also I like to listen to funny Christmas songs. Like, I really like Owl City has a Christmas song I really like, and oh my gosh. This isn't really a funny one. It's NSYNC's Christmas album. They're very good singers, but when I think of it, it feels funny, so it's funny. Oh, so that's really where I'm at. And yeah, I'm excited for my exam. Hopefully we can check in tomorrow and see if I've done well. I think I am gonna do well. But if I don't, I will tell you. And, I'm not gonna feel too bad about it, because I did everything I could do. So I will still celebrate, and I'll still buy myself a nice meal like I wanted. Yeah. Reward yourself for things that maybe others wouldn't think, you should reward yourself for. Reward yourself for, trying. Reward yourself for not giving up. Reward yourself for the things that are hard that don't work out, because you're still doing good. This experience of studying and everything has really improved my life and really changed my life, and I feel nothing but good from it. So even if I don't do as well as I'd want to, even if I don't pass, I'm still extremely proud of myself. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching the Whatever It Takes podcast.